They seem nowhere near a deal.
Yeah, and look, negotiations are continuing. Union leaders quick to say they could call for thousands of additional workers to leave the production line for the picket line if both sides can't find some common ground. Francis, Jess?
Really tough all around. Okay, Jay, thank you. Tough to see those ramifications that may happen politically. We're seeing that starting today. Also, the economics of it, the economic ramifications that we'll see down the road.
Yes, so many layers and so much uncertainty for those workers and their families right now. All right, thanks so much for joining early today. I'm Jessica Leighton.
And I'm Francis Rivera. Have a great Tuesday. See you back here early Wednesday morning.
Brownsville, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan's fee is free. If you don't win your case, you pay nothing. It's easy. Just dial Pound Law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. I think I'm starting to get this.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough?
It's very crazy.
And bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on WNKY NBC 40.
Good Tuesday morning. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack with your News 40 Weather Authority. I'm tracking another dry day today, but that dry stretch comes to an end. Some much needed rainfall on the way. That's all ahead in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. More than 2 million people in the U.S. are living with limb loss or limb difference. We'll hear one man's story and discover his inspiring message to those struggling with the loss of a limb. Plus, the International Festival is right around the corner, and we sat down with organizers to get the inside scoop on all the fun that's to be had this weekend in today's Soki's Choice. Then, autumn is officially here, but getting ready for the holidays may already be on your mind. We'll find out some tips on how to save while you shop. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. Today is Tuesday, September 26th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's go straight into our top stories. The Barron County Sheriff's Office is still searching for one missing Glasgow man, and they're asking for your help. The Sheriff's Office says that 50-year-old John Price was last seen leaving his Barron County home around 2 a.m. Wednesday in his gold four-door Hyundai Elantra. Over the weekend, Sheriff's deputies found Price's car abandoned in a rural area of the Center community in Metcalfe County. Authorities say emergency crews did an extensive search of the area, but found nothing aside from a few personal items. If you have any information about where Price is, please call the Barron County Sheriff's Office at 270-651-2771. To Simpson County now, where 2 people are dead after a car wreck. Kentucky State Police say they are still investigating the incident, including identifying one of the drivers. Officials say that around 11 Saturday night, the driver of a GMC truck, whose identity is not yet known, was traveling southbound on Bowling Green Road when they crossed into the oncoming lane. That's when KSP says the truck driver hit a 17-year-old driving a Mazda northbound. The truck driver continued traveling south and hit a second vehicle driven by 25-year-old Miracle Grana of Bowling Green. Grana and her passenger have been flown to the Nashville hospital. KSP says the 17-year-old and the driver of the GMC truck were pronounced dead at the scene. Closer to home now, where crews are working on State Street, demolishing the historic building that caught fire more than 2 months ago. The former Royal Music Company building is finally coming down after sitting damaged and vacant since catching fire in July. The historic building is currently home to the Carrick-Backert law firm and Senator Rand Paul's Bowling Green field office. City officials say they are working to keep everyone safe from any debris as the investigation into that fire continues.
Our main goal is to make sure that the building does not sit here for an extended period of time in this condition number one, just as being an eyesore, but number two, for all the different hazards that come with it. So we have to temper both the investigation, but expeditiously getting it torn down in order to reopen everything. In order to get it right, we have to allow enough time for the demolition contractor to do what they need to do.
Crews hope to be finished with a portion of the demolition by the end of this week. Former Governor Brereton Jones was remembered this week as he was laid in state at the Capitol Rotunda. Monday, Governor Andy Beshear was at the Capitol along with many other lawmakers to pay their respects with a visitation. Jones was the 58th governor of Kentucky who served from 1991 to 1995. On social media, Governor Beshear is asking for prayers for the family of the former governor.
Governor Jones was, he's a really neat guy. To get to know, to get to talk to. Very smart, but also very down to earth.
A funeral service will be held today with a private burial to follow. Jones was 84 years old. That was a first look at our top stories. Now let's bring in meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius, how's it looking today?
Good morning, Ashley. It's looking pretty nice out there with mostly clear skies. Yesterday we had those clouds overhead. Today it's trending a little bit drier. We'll have a few more clouds that are in the mix though, but otherwise I'm going to be tracking some changes in our world of weather as far as rain chances go a little bit later this week. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But as far as temperatures go this morning, we are into the 50s. A nice refreshing feel out there. 58 degrees in Bowling Green. It's 56 in Franklin as well as into Logan County. Woodbury, 53 degrees right now. We have those winds that are flowing in from the south and east. It's generally a light and calm wind to start off this morning. Radar dry and quiet, and that's going to be the case as we go throughout the day today. But notice this wave of low pressure. This is going to be the culprit behind our rain chances that I am going to be tracking as we go for Wednesday and Thursday. Meanwhile, today, though, we're staying pretty dry. Temperatures into the middle 80s. Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Rose, attorneys at law.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Do you want to experience the sets? The pitch? And you heard about Zombieland. You can only witness this at the house.
The Hilltoppers host Middle Tennessee Thursday, September 28th. Be sure to wear your best WKU red shirt. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Why didn't we do this last year?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta.
And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but 0 migraine days are possible.
Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
I would never show my teeth. Never. Would never smile. And it forces you into this submission of silence because you don't think that anybody's going to take what you have to say seriously. Invisalign has changed my life forever.
Now some breaking news.
FanDuel is coming to Kentucky.
America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, is going live soon.
I'm pumped. Let's go. America's #1 sportsbook is headed to Kentucky. Get $100 in bonus bets when you sign up today.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. It's 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. More than 2 million people in the U.S. are living with limb loss or limb difference, according to the Amputee Coalition. The nonprofit organization says 36% of amputees experience depression. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has one man's message of hope to others facing limb loss after he lost his arms and legs.
It all started on December 29th. Flu, strep, and COVID tests were all negative, but Ron Rosas felt incredibly ill.
They tested me and found that I had pneumonia, and then things just progressed.
Within hours of being taken to the ER, this 52-year-old was intubated and on a vent.
Time in the middle of the night, they already knew he was septic and really struggling just to live.
Rosas survived, but tissue in his lower legs and parts of his arms did not. He was told those limbs would have to be amputated, including the arm he uses to play the sport he has loved for decades. Rosas was part of the 1992 Notre Dame tennis team that played for a national championship. He says his quality of life after limb loss depended on his tennis arm.
Having that joint was essential.
Instead of rushing into surgery, Rosas found Dr. David Souza with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center.
Without any sort of hesitation, he said, "My goal is to play tennis."
Souza has a history of helping veterans with limb loss and believed he could help Rosas. It involved nearly 70 hours of surgeries over several weeks.
With his right arm, we not only added healthy tissue, but we brought 3 small muscles from his chest wall and then plugged in the nerves that used to control the hand.
They were able to reconstruct the entire arm. He actually has the muscle function to be able to control his prosthetics himself.
Rosas hopes others facing limb loss will seek out their options.
I can truly say that, I am experiencing, very little pain.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
The CDC says more than 15 million American adults have long COVID symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, and dizziness. Right now, the chronic condition is hard to diagnose because routine tests don't reveal anything amiss. However, 2 small studies may be changing that. Researchers say they may have found potential biomarkers for long COVID. If so, this could give scientists a way to objectively measure who has long COVID and whether or not experimental treatment works. A new study found that those with long COVID had lower levels of the hormone cortisol in the morning. Those patients also had evidence of immune dysregulation, suggesting the dormant virus reawakened in their bodies. Still to come on News 40 Sunrise, we'll learn about all the fun that's going down at this year's International Festival in today's edition of Sophie's Choice.
Plus, it's dry and quiet on radar this morning, but I could be tracking some changes. Rain chances return in our forecast, all in my full forecast.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more. More?
More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
We are down to the final 11 acts. They are united by one dream. They all want to be the next AGT champion. Amazing. The AGT finale, tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
We find missing people who have slipped through the cracks and we bring them home. I will do anything to bring people home. New case.
We make quite the partnership, don't we? Found October 3rd on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
At Chandler Park Dental Care, we offer the services your entire family needs to achieve their best smile. From children to seniors and everyone in between, we strive to deliver the quality care for your family's healthiest smiles.
We want you to leave us feeling cared for, confident in your smile,
and in better health than when you arrived.
Call today to schedule an appointment and experience the comprehensive and trusted care you deserve.
Bowling Green is home to many different cultures and ethnic groups that span the entire world. And during the last weekend of September, the community comes together to celebrate every single one of them with the International Festival. They are this week's Soki's Choice, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
Well, it's going to be a huge celebration of all of the different cultures and diversity and peoples that are in this Bowling Green area and around. We're going to have a lot of cultural displays, food, music, dancing, attire for sale, you name it. Anything to do with those cultures that are going to be there, we're going to talk about it and we're going to celebrate it. All the food you could ever dream about eating. I mean, the park is full of smells because all the foods. I mean, like sometimes you have to be like, okay, what am I going to eat this year and what am I going to eat next year? Because there's just way too much to get it all in one day. We always have a giant Burmese community. The Confucius Center will be there. We have Ireland and Scotland there. Germany's usually almost always there. Nigerian.
What I brought was the Mayan culture from our country. Our country is Honduras. It's located in Central America. And I basically bring some pieces, put it together, and then, well, I made general jewelry from adults.
The International Festival will be held this Saturday, September 30th at Circus Square Park. The event will take place from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and will be happening whether it's raining or shining. Tickets cost $5 in advance and $10 at the door, and you can buy those tickets at bginternationalfestival.com. And now let's look at this week's Sophie's Choice. I'm now going to send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius?
Thanks, Tommy. It's dry and quiet on the radar this morning as we take a look at the radar. It's a clean sweep as we go throughout this morning and through the day today. The dry stretch of weather, though, is expected to come to an end. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Check out weather views courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet. We're checking out conditions at Butler County. You can see the sunshine there and also just the beautiful view out there, mainly clear skies to start off this morning. We'll have a few clouds thrown in the mix a little bit later today, but otherwise today is going to be pretty fantastic. As far as temperatures go, we got those numbers generally into the 50s out there, approaching 60 in some locations, 61 in Scottsville, 56 degrees there in Franklin, but a pretty nice refreshing start to the morning. Those dew points also not far from the air temperature, so some mist is likely in some locations to start off this morning, or some areas of fog. Here's a wave of low pressure. This is going to be the reason behind our next rain chance, which arrives by the middle part of the week. It's going to be bringing us some unsettled weather. First with clouds, and then once those clouds increase, we're going to be throwing in those rain chances, especially by Wednesday and Thursday. But this is going to be some much needed rain, okay, because we have not seen rain, or at least that much rain, over the last month or so. Here's the latest from the Weather Prediction Center as far as how much rainfall we can expect. Notice areas across central and eastern Kentucky, according to this legend, around an inch or more is possible in those locations over the next stretch of days. For far western Kentucky, we're going to be running into less totals. It's going to be a little bit of rain, but it's going to be some needed rain that we do need because we are falling well behind here. I mean, as far as what we should have for the month of September, we are falling just around 2.4 inches below where we should be. So far, we've just got a little over 6/10 of an inch of rainfall so far for the month. So that's as far as things go there. Now, as we look at the last noticeable rainfall, that was on September 6th with about 1/3 of an inch of rainfall. So it's just been too dry here. Now, we don't have a burn ban, but it's around that time of year where you just want to be mindful. The humidity's lower. So it's really important to just think about what time to really do any campfires or anything like that. So you'll have to wait anywhere between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. That's actually around the time window where the relative humidity is a little bit higher around that time frame. So those are going to be at least good time windows for doing that. Again, we're not under any type of burn ban, though. As far as things go, though, we are going to be watching for rain chances as we go for Wednesday. Today, I think we're going to be pretty dry for the most part. As we go by Wednesday morning, we could be tracking our first wave of showers and storms. It's going to be spotty to scattered. They're going to be watching for those chances increasing as we go throughout parts of your Wednesday. I think our best chance for any widespread showers and storms will be on Thursday this week, and that's when you're going to really see those showers and storms ramping up, especially early into Thursday morning. Here is that 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. We're going to be back with more News 40 Sunrise after this commercial break.
Every Tuesday evening, now through October, from 5 to dusk, come join us and go cruising for a cure. Rev up for fun, fellowship, and cool cars. Cruise on in behind Brewster's Real Ice Cream on Scottsville Road in the Southern Lanes parking lot. We're raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association, and Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Join us now for Cruisin' for a Cure. Presented by J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapels.
Football Frenzy is back in South Central Kentucky. WNKY News 40 is your home for high school football. The most schools, the most highlights, the most coverage. Catch Football Frenzy Friday nights at 10 on WNKY News 40.
Car wreck? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. After a car wreck, what does it mean when we say, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done? It means making the insurance company do what's right. It means getting a powerful law firm on your side, one with a proven record of success. And it means the peace of mind of never paying us a fee unless we get money for you. So if you've been injured, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And Step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
I left work to come.
You left work? They gonna see you. He's with me today. We're lighting up daytime, baby.
You're gonna bless people every single day.
We're giving back, lifting each other up.
Something hits you in your heart.
We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2 on WNKY, NBC 40.
Video game voice actors and motion capture performers have voted to authorize a strike if labor negotiation talks with gaming companies fail. The union representing them, SAG-AFTRA, is also representing thousands of Hollywood actors who walked off the job more than 2 months ago. This all comes as the Writers Guild of America reached a tentative deal towards a new contract following a nearly 5-month-long strike. In a partnership with online marketplace Sesame, Costco is expanding its members-only perks to now include virtual primary health care for just $29. Virtual checkups involving a standard lab panel and virtual follow-ups with a doctor are listed online at $72, while virtual therapy sessions are as low as $79. And Pringles is joining forces with the Caviar Company to create new luxury snack kits. The Crisps and Caviar collection will feature Pringles sour cream and onion, original and barbecue flavors, paired with the Caviar Company's classic white sturgeon caviar and smoked trout roe. The kits are available for purchase at Pringles and Caviar.shop, with prices ranging from $49 to $140. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Autumn is officially here, and with the fall and winter holidays quickly approaching, experts say it's a good time to rein in your spending, strengthen your savings, and create a year-end financial plan. In today's Consumer Watch, 3 experts weigh in and offer their tips to start planning ahead now.
The countdown to Halloween, Thanksgiving, and winter holidays is on, and experts say now is a great time to tackle your expenses to avoid a financial holiday hangover.
First and foremost, Christmas happens every year on the same day, so knowing that it's coming, allow yourself the time to prepare.
Here are 3 tips to prepare and make the most of the upcoming season while keeping your budget in check. 1. Plan your shopping and expenses ahead. Decide in advance how much you need for this holiday season and start putting money aside now.
Create a Christmas or a holiday sinking fund so that you're earmarking money that's specifically designated for the holidays and you're not forced to dip into your emergency fund.
Tip number 2, audit your spending. Look carefully at your typical monthly spending, checking for areas where you can cut back now to better manage any additional spending you want to do later.
So you want to be able to have your ducks in a row. You want to have your finances organized. You want to have cash on hand.
And tip number 3, if you're planning to travel, book early and consider international destinations. With one travel expert saying some overseas flights may be cheaper than domestic options.
There's just going to be a lot more deals on flights to Europe, a lot more deals on flights within Europe, deals on hotels in Europe going forward into the fall, into the winter, and beyond.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Cole Higgins.
It's time for a quick check of your weather forecast. News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. Today's forecast features Charlotte, and Charlotte says, have a terrific Tuesday. Temperatures starting off this morning into the middle and upper 60s. We got lots of sunshine in store. We've got a few clouds that will arrive a little bit later into the day today, but otherwise it's going to stay mainly dry. We check out those temperatures right now. They are currently into the 50s, and 56 degrees is the current temperature in Franklin, 56 degrees in Russellville, 59 in Munfordville this hour. We have those winds that are flowing in from the south and east. It's generally a light and calm wind out there. Radar pretty dry and quiet as we're starting off the day. In fact, today is going to be pretty dry. We're going to be tracking rain chances, though, at least by Wednesday. Here's your commuter forecast for the lunch run, 83. We're going to be into the upper 80s for the PM drive. News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
I made it to college football as a walk-on. None of the scholarship, but all the hard work. It wasn't glamorous, but it taught me to leave it all on the field. And that's exactly what I'll do as governor. Andy Beshear has failed us. He locked our schools and unlocked our jails. We can do better. I'm Daniel Cameron. I'm leaving it all on the field so the next generation inherits a quality education system, safer communities, and more prosperous families. Join me, and let's go win this thing.
Injured in an accident? Let Flora Tappan and Stewart fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora Tappan and Stewart says fight the system? It means personal representation with top attorneys. We fight for you against big insurance and pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora Tappan Stewart accident injury lawyers fight the system for you.
The Barren River District Health Department is the place to go for your essential healthcare needs. Barren River Health offers immunizations, STD, pregnancy, and lead testing, as well as WIC benefits, tuberculosis care, and more. Clinic locations are available in Barren, Butler, Edmondson, Hart, Logan, Metcalfe, Simpson, and Warren counties. Call to schedule an appointment today.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living. Your new home is protected with a 210 warranty and backed by our full-time service department. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com, because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Welcome back. You're watching News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. And I'm going to be tracking some rain chances this week. Some much needed rainfall is on the way. When can we expect that? I'll have that answered in my full forecast. The time is 6:27. Here's the latest on the top stories.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. The Barron County Sheriff's Office is still searching for one missing Glasgow man, and they're asking for your help. The Sheriff's Office says that 50-year-old John Price was last seen leaving his Barron County home around 2 a.m. Wednesday in his gold four-door Hyundai Elantra. Over the weekend, sheriff's deputies found Price's car abandoned in a rural area of the Center community in Metcalfe County. Authorities say emergency crews did an extensive search of the area but found nothing aside from a few personal items. If you have any information about where Price is, please call the Barron County Sheriff's Office at 270-651-2771. To Simpson County now, where 2 people are dead after a car accident. Kentucky State Police say they are still investigating the incident, including identifying one of the drivers. Officials say that around 11 Saturday night, the driver of a GMC truck, whose identity is not yet known, was traveling southbound on Bowling Green Road when they crossed into the oncoming lane. That's when KSP says the truck driver hit a 17-year-old driving a Mazda northbound. The truck driver continued traveling south and hit a second vehicle driven by 25-year-old Miracle Grana of Bowling Green. Grana and her passenger have been flown to a Nashville hospital. KSP says the 17-year-old and the driver of the GMC truck were pronounced dead at the scene. Closer to home now, where crews are working on State Street, demolishing the historic building that caught fire more than 2 months ago. The former Royal Music Company building is finally coming down after sitting damaged and vacant since catching fire in July. The historic building is currently home to the Carrick-Beckert law firm and Senator Rand Paul's Bowling Green field office. City officials say they are working to keep everyone safe from debris as the investigation into that fire continues.
Our main goal is to make sure that the building does not sit here for an extended period of time in this condition. Number one, just as being an eyesore, but number two, for all the different hazards that come with it. So we have to temper both the investigation, but expeditiously getting it torn down in order to reopen everything. In order to get it right, we have to allow enough time for the demolition contractor to do what they need to do.
Crews hope to be finished with a portion of the demolition by the end of this week. Former Governor Brereton Jones was remembered this week as he was laid in state at the Capitol Rotunda. Monday, Governor Andy Beshear was at the Capitol along with many other lawmakers to pay their respects with a visitation. Jones was the 58th governor of Kentucky who served from 1991 to 1995. On social media, Governor Beshear is asking for prayers for the family of the former governor.
Governor Jones was he's a really neat guy. To get to know, to get to talk to. Very smart, but also very down to earth.
A funeral service will be held today with a private burial to follow. Jones was 84 years old. That wraps up this morning's top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Take a look.
He's 3 years old. His name is Dobie. He's a little overstimulated, so he's better, more acquainted for older households. And he also really does love his treats. But if you really want to go ahead and rehome Dobie, you can come here at the Warren County Humane Society.
Wow, look at that tail on Dobie.
I know. I was noticing that too.
It's
very elegant.
Just elegant and just, you know, he seems like a pretty chill cat.
And he loves his snacks and cuddles.
Who doesn't
and
love
pets.
snacks and cuddles and pets?
You can't ask for a better cat than that.
You can't. So be sure to stop by at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society and help Dobie find a new forever home to go to. Well, coming up after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your day. The News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
Pictionary.
Jump rope.
Every weekday, Pictionary on NBC 40.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
It's time now for a quick check of your forecast, and we take a look at the WKU farm this morning. It's a beautiful view to start off. Right now, it's pretty dry out there and pretty clear, and that's going to be the case as we go throughout the day today. It's going to be pretty nice and fantastic, or you can say it's a terrific Tuesday. Temperatures into the 50s right now, 58 in Bowling Green, 61 in Scottsville. Franklin, you were at 56 degrees, so now you're at 57 degrees. We got those winds that are flowing in from the east to southeast. Certainly a light and calm wind out there. Modest breeze there in Franklin, right around 5 miles an hour. Pretty dry and quiet, though. And again, that's going to be the case throughout the day today. But pay attention to this wave of low pressure that is towards Illinois there. That is going to be bringing us some changes to our world of weather. In fact, by Wednesday, we could be seeing some chances for a few showers and even a few thunderstorms. And this is going to be good news for us because this is rain that we do need across the area. As we plan out your day the News 40 way, we are going to be tracking lots of sunshine today. But again, those changes arrive into Wednesday. I'm going to be timing out those rain chances in my full forecast. But for now, I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Tuesday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And with me this morning is Geraldine Bristow, here to share all the details about the upcoming Glean Fest. Geraldine, good morning.
Good morning.
I can't wait to hear all about Glean Fest. Tell us what this is.
We are so excited. So this is our first event. We hope to do it every year. We've been in the Bowling Green area for about 3 years. So we really just want to celebrate the work we've done, but also all of our partners. We have so many partners in the community that help us do what we do and that are really the outlet for the fruits and vegetables that we drop off. So we want to just highlight the food equity work that's happening here in Bowling Green.
So I was going to say, tell us what Glean is and how you've made an impact in our community, because it's so very important what you do.
You know, I really love what I get to do. It's super special. So what we do is we pick up produce, everything from a retail store like Sam's Club and Kroger, all the way to farmers markets like the community farmers market, and then same day we deliver that produce to the agencies around town that are feeding the food insecure here in Bowling Green. And in the last 18 months, we have gone over 140,000 pounds of rescued produce that we've kept out of landfills, which is the other important part about what we do.
Yes, absolutely. And so with Glean Fest, obviously celebrating what you guys have done, what excitement can we see at Glean Fest?
So we're going to have some fun stuff for the kids. We're going to have some games, a coloring station and face painting. We're going to have a few snack-like food trucks that are going to be there. And then people can just come and find out what sort of resources are available in the area, whether they need them or they want to support them or become a volunteer, or if they just want to know the good work that's happening in the area.
I remember when you were on the show before, you talked about the importance of volunteers and how, you know, it takes a lot, that's a lot of food. That's, as you said, a lot of pounds of food to deliver to the community. So I'm sure that's a need that you are looking for.
Always. It's always a need. And even for things like this event, you know, we need volunteers for events. We need volunteers for painting pumpkins, for the pumpkin trail. You name it, we can always use some help.
Absolutely. So once more before we go, give us the details on Glean Fest and how we can get involved.
Yes, so Glean Fest is going to be on Saturday, October 7th, and it is going to be from 3 to 5 at First Christian Church on State Street. And if you want to get involved, you're welcome to show up about an hour early if you want to just help us get set up or help with the program. But you can always go to to glean, GLEANKY.org if you want more information on how you can get involved.
That's perfect. Well, Geraldine, thank you so much for sharing. And it's another great way to get involved in the community. So thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. That was another look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. And when we return, meteorologist Darius Mack is back with a full look at this morning's forecast. Stay with us.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort us free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Shop Macy's VIP sale now. Take an extra 30% off designer brands and save 15% on skincare, makeup, fragrances, and more. Plus, find incredible specials. Own your style at Macy's.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
Wow, we certainly have a dramatic game ahead of us.
I'm taking a deep breath. I hope you are too.
Can you think quick enough?
It's very crazy.
And bet big enough?
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on WNKY NBC 40.
It's time now for another full check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. The time is 6:40 here on News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, and we take a look at radar. It is a clean sweep out there, and that is going to be the case to start off this morning. You're going to notice some areas, though, have some mist out there or some fog as we start off this morning as well, especially in those sheltered and valley areas. But otherwise, it's a beautiful view out there. We take a look at Butler County, the Woodbury thermometer at 53 degrees, but it is a bright day to start off, and that is going to be the case as we go throughout the day. Temperatures generally into the middle and low 50s out there. Some locations approaching right around 60 degrees. It's 57 there in Muhlenberg County, 60 degrees in Madisonville, Hopkinsville at 60 degrees as well. And those dew points not far from the air temperatures, so that's why I do mention some areas of fog is possible in some locations. We also have those winds on the light and calm side. The big picture, it's pretty dry and quiet in our world of weather. A little unsettled there across the deep south, especially towards the Florida area, but otherwise for us, we're going to be watching this wave of low pressure that is actually bringing some clouds and even some rain there into portions of Wisconsin towards the Chicago area. This is going to be that wave that brings us our next best rain chance, that we haven't seen in quite some time. In fact, we've been lacking on the rainfall this month. Possible rainfall over the next stretch of days. It's not looking like much, at least for places further west, but further east, according to this legend, you can see right around an inch or more of rainfall, especially across places like central and eastern Kentucky. Further west, maybe a half an inch to around an inch of rainfall. And we'll see that between Wednesday and Thursday. So it's not looking like much rain, but it will be some needed rain across the area because, again, we've been lacking. We've so far picked up a little over 0.6 of an inch of rainfall for the month. We should be at around 3 inches of rainfall for this time in September. So we are just falling 2 inches or more below where we should be. The last time we had any noticeable rainfall was around 1/3 of an inch of rainfall on September 6th. So it's been a good couple of weeks. It's way too dry out there as well. We don't have any burn bans, so that's something to point out. But it's around that time of year, you're going to have to watch the humidity. When it's low and the air is pretty dry, it's going to make it kind of iffy if you want to do any kind of controlled burning during the day. So the best time windows to do that will be between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. And that's actually around the time window where you'll see the relative humidity a little bit higher for us around that time frame. So that's why it's good to do that a little bit around 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So right around sunset or a little before sunset and throughout the overnight time frame. Futurecast as we go throughout the day today, it's going to be pretty nice and quiet. It's going to try to paint a little dots on the radar, but otherwise I really think we're going to stay dry for the most part today. Then we're going to be tracking rain chances that will arrive as we go in towards Wednesday. We're looking at spotty to scattered rain chances, but notice what happens as we go into Thursday, and that's when I'm going to be tracking more in the way of widespread rain chances, especially by Thursday morning, and we could be seeing some rounds of showers and storms pressing through as well. Here is that 7-day forecast. We're looking dry for the weekend. Now it's time to wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
No dairy, no problem. Rooster's got you. Our delicious oat milk ice cream is a vegan treat you don't want to miss. It's a dreamy delight that'll please the whole gang. Try it in a cone or a shake and treat yourself at Rooster's today.
Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services by Attorney Trade Days. Attention all business owners. Did you own a business with 4 or more full-time W-2 employees between October 2020 and September 2021? If so, you may be entitled up to $26,000 per employee as part of the CARES Act. Don't miss out on your opportunity for compensation. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 1-800-613-5408.
Do your kids watch your films?
I took them to see Tarzan. So my son is sitting there, he's 4, and he goes, "That monkey's my mama!" I have a 9-year-old I adopted at 50. I thought I could get a facelift or a baby. So I took the baby.
Plus, Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary. Next, Kelly. Did everyone sign something in case you get hit?
Weekdays at 3 on WNKY NBC 40. WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Welcome to sports. Boys soccer was in full swing last night. The Greenwood Gators played host to the two-loss Franklin Simpson Wildcats. While Franklin Simpson scored first, it was the Gators who chomped past the Wildcats in the swamp. The final score of this one, 6-3. The Gators' final regular season game is set for this Thursday on the road at Ohio County. And the Warren East Raiders were also in action. They hosted Monroe County, the Falcons. The Raiders started the scoring fast early on, and they did not take their foot off the gas, beating the Falcons 10-0. Their final game of the regular season is Saturday when they visit Barron County. WKU football dropped their second straight game over the weekend. The Tops fell to Troy in Alabama 27-24. WKU found themselves down late in the fourth quarter, but Austin Reed found Louisville native Easton Messer in the end zone. Messer finished the afternoon with 6 catches for 96 yards in the score. Here is what offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead had to say about Messer in the offense.
Utility guy. I think of a guy that can play outside receiver, inside receiver, do a lot of different things for you. Has really come on, has not played a lot of football around here in the past, but in the past 4 games really come on and done some really, really good things. So the comfortability with him and Austin getting on the same page, I think is getting there, and just having him as a viable option you could throw in there at all 4 receiver positions has been really good.
Well, that's a look at sports, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. It's now time for this week's Topper Tuesday, and joining me in studio this morning is Chief Revenue Officer for WKU Athletics, Aaron Epstein, here to talk all about exciting football and basketball coming up. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
Of course, all things sports we're talking about, but of course, first and foremost, football this Thursday.
Absolutely.
You don't want to miss it. I'm already wearing my red for the red out.
We appreciate that. That's right. It is our first red out of the year, and couldn't be more excited to start conference play in the Houch, under the lights, against what is arguably our biggest rival with 100 miles of hate in MTSU.
And there's a lot leading up to this, especially on campus. I know there's like blood drives going, but trying to get everyone in the park this Thursday, or in the stadium, excuse me. Tell us how we're getting people there.
Yeah, so we've got a ton of promotions. We want the Houch and we want the Hill to be the place to be on Thursday night. It's Teacher Appreciation Night, so we've had some opportunities for teachers to be able to grab tickets at a discounted rate. We're also encouraging our students in town to come and celebrate the start of the school year with their teachers. And so with the purchase of an adult ticket, you can get 2 youth tickets for 8th grade or under in for free as well. Thanks to President Caboni, faculty and staff are having an opportunity to come to the game for free. So again, we're really trying to make sure that we have a great crowd and a true home field advantage for our Hilltoppers this week.
And we just love that so much, because obviously watching the guys on the field, such a fun atmosphere, such a great time. So we want to see a lot of people out there this Thursday. We were also just talking about basketball. The guys had their first basketball practice last night. How's it looking? We're almost 41 days.
41 days today, I think, from the start of the season, which is November 6th. Team had their first practice yesterday. Certainly incredibly excited about Coach Lutz and what he's doing in the direction of the program. We've got some really great games on the docket. We're at Wichita, at Murray, at Buffalo, Wright State. Some really, really incredible opponents to challenge us this year. The team's coming together quite nicely. We obviously have a good bit of transfers that are coming in, and we want to have a really warm welcome for them to Bowling Green and WKU. But the team's looking great. I know Coach and his staff are really, really excited and ready to get things going.
Well, we're excited for basketball season just as much as we love football. So if people want to get tickets, how can they do so?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to WKUsports.com. You can give us a call in the ticket office. Stop by at EA Diddle Arena. One of our staff members will be glad to help you out. And again, we're super excited about starting off conference play, 41 days from basketball season. It's a good time to be on the Hill.
And we love it. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks for the invite. We'll see you Thursday.
Yes, definitely. That was a look at this week's Topper Tuesday. When we come back, we'll see what delicious recipe the Pie Queen of Bowling Green has for us. Don't go anywhere.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Flora, Teppan & Stewart accident injury lawyers have represented clients injured in car, motorcycle, and commercial truck accidents for 47 years. Did you know? Attorney Flora, Teppan & Stewart has recovered over $150 million in damages for injured clients in her 47 years of practice. If you've been injured, call an attorney who you know will get you the results you deserve. Call Flora, Teppan & Stewart.
WNKY News 40 loves celebrating our viewers. That's why we bring you Soki's Birthday Club. Joining the club is free and simple. Visit WNKY.com/birthday, fill out the form, and click Submit. That's it. Your name will appear on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon on your birthday, and you'll be entered to win a special birthday surprise. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating you because local matters. Soki's Birthday Club is brought to you by these great sponsors.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
You're going to bless people every day.
Something hits you in your heart.
We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Say hello to Miss Rosie O'Donnell. Do your kids watch your films?
I took them to see Tarzan. So my son is sitting there, he's 4, and he goes, "That monkey's my mama!" I have a 9-year-old I adopted at 50. I thought I could get a facelift or a baby. So I took the baby.
Plus, Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary. Next, Kelly. Did everyone sign something in case you get hit?
Weekdays at 3 on WNKY NBC 40.
Welcome to the Pie Queen's Pantry. I'm Bree, and today we're going to be making my pecan bars. They're going to be decadent and delicious. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. I have already made the crust, which is like a shortbread crust. Mix it together, flour, butter, and press it in and bake it until it's golden brown. And I've got this in an 8x8 pan. And then in another bowl, I've got melted butter. And then I'm gonna add light corn syrup. You can also use dark, it's just whatever you prefer. And then I'm going to add sugar and a little splash of vanilla. This is a quick and easy recipe that's absolutely delicious. And I love to gift food. It's my love language, actually. And I love gifting these pecan bars, mainly so I don't eat them all. Because when they're in my kitchen, every time I pass by them, I have to have a bite. I use whole pecans in this instead of chopped up ones. I just think they look prettier that way. And then I'm gonna throw the pecans in here and get this all coated and pour it into the pan. I like to let these cool overnight after they bake this top filling, and then the next day cut them into bars and dip them in melting chocolate, because it's just like, this is a personalized candy bar. So delicious with the shortbread crust and the pecan filling. And then you can gift it up and give it to your friends. And like I said, I love gifting my friends things. So I would love for you to head over to my social media, thepiequeen_BG, and let me know what's your go-to gift item when it comes to food. I know everybody has their signature thing they love to give to their friends. I just want to say thanks for coming by the Pie Queen's Pantry, and remember, it's not goodbye, it's good pie.
It's time now for a quick look at your forecast to get you out the door on this Tuesday morning. It's pretty nice out there, and as far as things go, it's pretty nice and clear as we're looking at the WKU farm this morning, courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet. Temperatures generally into the 50s right now, low 50s in Woodbury, 53 degrees. It's 56 degrees in Russellville, 55 in Glasgow. Winds light and calm flowing in from the south and east, pretty dry and quiet on radar. Area of low pressure towards our north and west. That's going to be bringing us rain chances by the middle part of the week, but otherwise today, it's going to be pretty dry with temperatures making a run around the middle 80s this afternoon with lots of sunshine in store. Hey, don't go anywhere. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise after this.
Community Education is a nonprofit organization. We have before and after school programming. We try to serve as many schools as possible, but that is obviously dependent upon how many staff we can have in those programs.
This job is great for anybody because of the flexible hours and the fun of playing with kids and keeping them safe and engaged, and you make those connections with families, just having fun.
My job is very fulfilling. You can't have a bad day.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise, and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
Get a little spooky with your favorite pup at the inaugural Pumpkin 5K Run and Walk, October 28th at Buchanan Park. Sign up for early bird registration now and receive a free t-shirt and pumpkin. For more info, visit warrenpl.org.
Whoa! Big news! DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. New customers, download the app now to get $200 in bonus bets when we go live. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather. Bowling Green, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
I love that this is the gift she likes to give her friends and family, and that giving food is her love language. But that's so Brie, you know?
It really is.
That's so Pie Queen, is to be able to give gifts. What do you think your food gift is?
Ooh, I can't really cook all that well. So the best I could do is maybe some cinnamon toast. But I can get like a material object. I can get someone
You'll give a material gift.
I can't cook well enough to make that a gift.
That anyone would want to have those.
I mean, you could give someone a block of cheese. Like I would.
Yeah, I know
happily
you would
accept
like
a
a block of cheese.
All
right,
You would take, okay.
What
so
kind
you
of
guys
cheese,
can just
Darius?
exchange.
Cheddar cheese or just any kind of
Any
cheese, really.
Okay.
Pepper jack.
Pepper jack.
A brie. Cheese. I think the thing that I made last fall that I'm gonna have to bring in those pumpkin balls.
Oh, with the chocolate?
Yeah.
That was delicious.
I think I'm gonna have to bring those in.
Please
But those are good
do.
because I can wrap them in a little cellophane, put a little bow on there.
And
it's good for all of fall, September, October, November.
And it's a no-bake recipe.
It's a no-bake recipe.
On top,
Yeah,
so
that's right. You just put it in
yeah.
your fridge or your freezer, right?
Yeah.
Is that? Oh,
And it just
man.
chills and it sets. Watch out. Watch out, Brie.
That's my kind.
I'm just kidding. That's the only thing I can
That's
make.
my kind of recipe.
It's the only thing I can make. It's very easy and very delicious. But of course, I love all things pumpkin.
I know. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of pecans, but I saw as she was making it, and I was like, hold on, let her cook.
I could try that. And it's good
Yeah.
pecan season.
It is
Good
great.
weather.
It's great weather for that too, because over the next few days, or at least today, it's going to be pretty nice. We got rain moving in Wednesday and Thursday, but it's some much-needed rain, and then we're going to be dry for the weekend. Temperatures generally ranging anywhere in between the low to middle 80s for daytime highs and lows right around 60 degrees.
All right. Thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We look forward to seeing you all right back here at 6 a.m. But stick around because your network news